field is cursed. I knew my clutch was tired. It was on my list of things to do on this.
You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. So as you saw in the previous video from yesterday, we didn't really get anything done for corn planting. So I don't count that as day, I don't know, what are we at, day 4? I don't even know. It all blends together. So, didn't plant anything yesterday, put myself in a good boat other than breaking the plows. I did get the hitch welded back up. Gotta mess with the relief valves. So today, I got currently about 20 acres sitting in front of me that is disked, ready to go. By the end of the day, there'll be 30. We got some ground that's wet, and then we got some ground, well, actually there's more than that. There's like 35 acres that I can plant right now. So we do have some wet ground. One field's gonna wait till Friday at least. One we're gonna see if it will go tomorrow. Really gotta get corn done and get into grass. I wish I was chopping, we were into grass right now. I don't think we're behind yet, but I got a lot of stuff to do. I did order some parts from weavers yesterday. Pickup head pieces, tines, blower paddles. So we got to make sure everything's good there, and then we'll get rocking and rolling into grass. It's definitely, it's that time. But I really want corn done out of my mind. If I have one field that I got to do it sometime after, which is that wet field that I got stuck in yesterday, I'm fine with that. So alright, let's get hammering some some corn in. I have the worst headache, probably due to lack of sleep and a lot of stress. Whew. And I need a haircut. Now I'll have to wait till after first cutting. But my head is friggin' pounding. I don't know why. Well, maybe that's it. Down to just about 20 acres in Concord, other than the wet section, so things are going good. I got the tree trimming, rock picking crew on the move. I got fertilizer coming to me. My father's headed to start running the disc. Yeah, things are good. They're not here yet to run the disc, so I gotta do 3 passes around this field and I can go into planting. So I'll jump in there, gotta throw the flag up, and it's a beautiful day, absolutely beautiful day. Well, a few of my buddies already said, oh, you're not feeling so good, you must have COVID. I don't know about that. I have a feeling I had COVID about a year just over when I was welding in the tanks. I got really, really sick for 3 days. At the time they told me, oh, you don't have COVID, you're just sick. And I blamed it on welding inside the tank and not having all the good air and everything else, but I don't know. Now that I look back on it, probably had it. When I'm sick, I'm sick. So I do get headaches and whatnot, but I got my tree trimming crew running in front of me, so I'm gonna keep hammering it out. My father's discing next door of the field I plowed yesterday. Yeah, he'll disc that twice. We'll get that planted. Things will be good. Yeah, I don't know. I think the tree guys are all the way in the back there. So the biggest reason I got them over here, they can load me with fertilizer really easy. I need a trailer for next year. Bigger planter, trailer. We got a big list going on, so hopefully it all comes together. But Because this field I'm in will take over a tank of fertilizer, so I need to fill up in between, and then I'll need overload between my two other fields. So once I get into the field next door, once I'm loaded up after a few rounds, then they're good to go. And they got some other trees that they're going to trim in the field I planted this morning. And then really all we got to do is pick rocks in one field that we're going to plant probably end of the week. I'm hoping things go good today. I got my hitch in the truck over here with the seed, so we'll throw that back on. Hopefully that goes easy. I think I got that figured out, maybe. So planting along here. As you see, it's pretty actually dry. I know a lot of places, well, in the Northeast are wet. We dry out pretty quickly though. So we enjoy having extra moisture. Our grass loves it. We need it to grow corn. We're on sandy soil. I'm losing you again. So we're actually 2 fields here. I don't know if I'm halfway done. I don't think so, but we'll fly over and check out what they're doing over on the other side. So my father's disking. That's looking really good. And then we got the guys picking rocks. And we got to push back some of that tree line there, right up in the middle of the screen, so. But doing really, really good job, so. So this is field that they're in right now is actually under me. And what it does, what that allows me to do is farm for myself. When I go and talk to people, yes, I run my own ground. As far as not just other ground, but also financially, like farm credit and stuff. When I tell them, yeah, I technically custom harvest, they're like, what do you want a loan for? So this will help me out a lot as far as that. Plus I got leases and stuff like that then. 7520 is just an absolute animal of a tractor. It's doing a good job getting it all broke up, because like I said, I'm going to seed this down in the fall, so we want it in a good shape for that. Plus they're picking some rocks. I knew there was some rocks over on that hillside. Yeah, we need a rock bucket, I know. But they're getting picked up. A lot of manual labor and picking rocks, or you spend money on equipment and like rakes and stuff like that. I wish I had GPS. I could sit there all day and just fly the drone. That might be just a good investment, so I can keep getting good action shots for you guys. I'm over here trying to follow a line and trying to plant at the same time, and trying to fly the drone. So you see me over there. Trying to follow my own line is pretty challenging, and fly at the same time. A lot of people have asked, and I don't remember if I said in previous videos, got a Maverick Pro 2. It's been absolutely awesome, but I'd buy another one of it. I got the goggles so you can fly and wear the realistic goggles or whatever they are and see what's going on, but I don't use them enough because usually I'm running a piece of equipment like now, and trying to farm and fly at the same time usually doesn't work very well. Well, you can't see where you're going, so I'd be all over the field. If I got somebody to fly or drive and I ran them at the same time, then I'd be okay. What you see in the background is a big horse farm. Pretty well kept horse farm too. Actually, when we chopped it this fall, and I never got to talk to the guy because we were so busy, somebody was flying a drone, and I think it was the house that had the kids in the previous video. I think he was flying it and following me around chopping. So I'm pretty sure that was some cool pictures and images, but it'll be good when most of this is done. One thing off the plate, but then you're in Mother Nature's hand. Fertilizer tender off, put the tote of water on, the big water tank, and then we can use that as a nurse setup, which will be new for this year. So that should probably help me get a lot more acres covered in a day, and then that will make my life easier there, because people are asking if I work for DeLaval or what the deal is there. I work for the dealership, and like I talked to my coworker this morning, he's like, "Are you ever gonna come back?" I'm like, "Yeah, don't worry." So I'm lucky that I got some flexibility where I can go do cropping and get it done and then go back to work and whatnot. But that was kind of part of the deal, since farming, you got to be flexible with it, or you don't get the job done and things don't go well. Well, let's swing around and see what they're doing again. We'll go up a little higher. There's quite a shadow in the back there. That field, I think, is going to work out pretty good. The one landowner said that it was gravelly ground, but other than some rocks where they're at right now, I think it's nice soil. Which is good, because, well, the field I'm in here, in previous videos, people said, "Oh, it looks like a lot of clay," or this and that. It's actually just sand. It only looks like clay when it's got a little bit of moisture to it. Once it starts drying out, it's sand. So that's why we love rain. Never curse rain, because you don't know when you're gonna get it next. Last year it was kind of depressing, because we'd watch rain clouds go by, or they'd tell us it would rain, and then it would be less and less and less chance of rain, and then we get nothing. And well, yeah, it's sad watching not having water, trying to grow a crop you put a lot of effort into, as you guys have seen tagging along. That takes a lot of work to do all this stuff. It's not like we just throw seed in the ground and we count our $100 bills all day long. A lot of time, money, and effort goes into it, and it's awesome when it grows amazing, and when it suffers, you're helpless. Really glad I did buy those discs. So, well, the farm bought them, but I convinced on that, and that's made life a lot easier. Alrighty, better bring you back over before I lose the battery. I keep talking about GPS, and I don't know, it's like a fantasy world. It's expensive. Then you look at subscriptions, things like that. Probably if I had bought this tractor, like if I had bought a new tractor, GPS. I don't actually own the tractor, so maybe I'll split it with my father just so I can keep flying. Brittany, who was in previous videos when we went to Binkley and Hurst, we talked about GPS with her, since she does do precision and a lot of GPS stuff, and she has great support, and I'd consider her my best friend, one of my best friends, probably yeah, me and her, we go way back. So we talked about that. Ag Leader, Trimble, Deere. The price of John Deere's GPS, I know it's great, is just crazy, and then the subscription. So that's what scares me. There's a lot of different ways, so I don't know. If you use GPS, drop a comment below what you use, what you like, what you don't. I really think it's something more and more. I know we got small fields, but for stuff like this, it would probably be pretty slick. I could fly, since doing YouTube is becoming a business to me. As much fun as I have with it, it is about putting content out. So, plus spreading fertilizer. You guys will see when we get into top dressing corn how nice it would be if we had GPS or spraying. So I'd feel much more comfortable having my father run sprayer and not miss rows. We had some issues last year if he had GPS. Moving right along. If I had an 8-row, we'd be done. That's where I keep thinking moving ahead, how do I get more done in a day with less people? Things have been good this spring. It's worked out well. The disc really put us ahead. Adding 2 shanks on the chisel plow really helped out. Having the semi for the second year was good. Need another bigger tillage tractor. And also need a bigger planter. This tractor would probably pull an 8-row pretty nice. I know it would pull an 8-row pretty nice. I don't know, well, it depends what 8-row. Like an older Deere 8-row, yeah. A new bulk fill, center fill, loaded with fertilizer. I don't know. It's a little more sketchy at that rate. Rock picking crew picked all the rocks over there. They just gotta, I want to show them where exactly I got left to trim back so that we're all on the same page. But they're gonna go grab some lunch for everybody. New London's Pizza in Concord, cheeseburger sub. I know I've said it before in other videos. Pretty on point, so. Yep, definitely when we're working over this way and we're hungry, that's one of our places to go. Well, 20 acres done. What time is it? 2 o'clock? Lunch is here. We're gonna keep moving. Another 10 to do over this way. And then we're headed back towards the farm to finish up. Should be pretty good. They're all enjoying lunch, which is good for them. Here I am, planting the first corn I have ever planted under my own name. So, pretty excited for that. Like I've said in previous videos, I chased after some ground for myself, and I'm gonna sell the feed back to the farm pretty much. My father's at the age where he doesn't want to chase ground, and I understand that. But I would like to farm more ground and have it locked in for the future. So that is how I ended up picking up ground for myself. My goal, if I can farm 100 acres for myself, and then the farm has another just over 300 acres, we would be in a good boat. To the point maybe someday we could sell excess feed again. We have in the past. We got some odd rows and ends and stuff. We have in the past, but not since we put the second robot in. So, tell him to bring me some fertilizer. And then Francisco is gonna get out of here. They got some more trees to go trim. And then we're done trimming trees, I think, unless maybe we'll trim some at one of our wet fields that hopefully we can do tomorrow. Yeah, this ground actually worked out pretty nice. They picked some rocks. My father dissed it like 2 or 3 times. So all of this ground is gonna get cultivated. And there is somebody, and I keep forgetting, sent me emails. He actually called when you, so if you look up Great Brook Farm, you call my parents when you call. And I appreciate people calling and whatnot, not like that, but best way, email me, Duffy C91, if you got some recommendations or ideas or something. I guess there's some messages for me to respond to on their answering machine. So, or drop it in the comment. I'm doing better and better at reading the comments. I was really good, and then I kind of got way too busy, and I read the comments, but I never answered back. So he sent me some information on cultivating corn and practices like that, since I am going to cultivate this corn due to the lease contract on my property, and then it's going to go into grass ground anyways in the fall, so then you don't have to worry about use of pesticides, things like that. Yeah. I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. I'm gonna, well, clearly I'm documenting my life on things. Well, bring you along for the whole journey of this, since there's not that many people that are trying to go farming on their own, since it's challenging, and it is really, really challenging. Hopefully it works out. First year, I know it's making zero money. It's all a foot in the door, so I can't imagine anybody who leaves a good job to go try farming. It's just, yeah, the first year's tough. I don't know what they're doing over there. So the bottom of this field is wet due to the field across the street. There's supposed to be a ditch through it, but it hasn't been cleaned out, so that's why the bottom of our two fields in the corners both hold moisture heavily. So hopefully at some point that ditch gets actually cleaned out, and then these corners can go back into farm ground, which that's what they were. But it's not because of beavers. I thought it was. It's because of the ditch across the road is just full, so it just backs up. Got these two fields finished up. Move on to my last one for myself, and the furthest one. Just make sure. Yeah, we don't want to lose anything here. So I got the hitch on here so that we can put it back on the plows. When you think you're gonna have a good day and you're putting the plows back together, and, well, the person running the disc stopped to take the hitch off for the plows, and then continued to. I don't know if this tire's destroyed, but it's definitely not on there any longer. The plows were sitting about 2 foot forward, but they grabbed it on the back there and yanked it around. I'm like really glad that I wasn't standing on this side of the plows. I was just before, but everything I had to put it back together got thrown in the grass. I did find it all now. Yeah, it's always those moments when yep. So I got everything back together except for this washer. Need to get that ball, I need to replace it. I did back that out. I think that was my issue. It turns freely now. I think that was locked all the way in. So that'll go back in there, but I need a washer. So I'll finish up discing the outside and we'll get planting. This field is cursed. I knew my clutch was tired. It was on my list of things to do on this. I don't have a clutch any longer. Yep, no more clutch. Add it to the list. Even with all those headaches and issues, still got
34 acres in. Decent day, especially for being as far away, but well, I guess I'm gonna have to order some parts. We'll get that figured out. We'll go home. So planter's home, gotta get the discs, the plows home, and then I'll be feeling a little bit better. But the last of our ground is the wettest ground we got, so I really needed the 7520. But I'll see availability of some parts and we'll go from there. So Yanko and I, hey, appreciate you guys watching along, liking, subscribing. You guys are living it up in there. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.